आपादमौलिपर्यन्तां गुरूणामाकृतिं स्मरेत् तेन विघ्नप्रणश्यन्ति सिद्धन्ति च मनोरथाः लक्ष्मीं तनोतनितरामितरानपेक्षमङ्घ्रित्वा निगमशाखिशिखा प्रवालम् हैरम्बमम्बृहडम्बरचौर्यनिग्रं विघ्नाद्रिभेदशतधारधुरन्तरन्ः सर्वेषां स्वागतम्. This is the Bhāvārtha session for the 53rd shloka. एवं सदाभ्यस्तसमाधियोगिनः निवृत्तसर्वेन्द्रियगोचरस्य हि विनिर्जिताशेषरिपोरहं सदा दृश्यो भवेयञ्जितषड्गुणात्मनः एवं सदाभ्यस्तसमाधियोगिनः निवृत्तसर्वेन्द्रियगोचरस्य हि विनिर्जिताशेषरिपोरहं सदा दृश्यो भवेयन् जितषट्गुणात्मनः. So after concluding the importance of Omkara chanting and the effect it can do, we're going further into the Nididhyasana as in contemplation and the continuation, the importance of continuing that. So here the emphasis is more on abhyasa. So evam sada. So evam abhyasta samadhi yogina. Sada abhyasta it is. So continuously evam sada abhyasta samadhi yogina. The one who practice that state of samadhi continuously. Those are yogis. And in Bhagavad Gita also we have the initial the 6th chapter. We will get who are yogis. That is also mentioned by Krishna in the 6th chapter. The reason why there is so much emphasis is because anyone and everyone claims to be a yogi or anything. It is not a name. That it is not a title. So that we need to understand. Nobody can become a yogi. Nobody can become a so by just by naming themselves that. It is a state of mind. Yoga, we already know. Yoga, it comes from a dhatu called yuj, which means union. A yogi is somebody who is able to unite with Brahman. That state of union, the one who is able to attain that person is a yogi. So clearly our texts usually say this, that who is a yogi, there is a very clear indication as to who that is. It means there has to be continuous practice on that samadhi, the state of samadhi. That is the importance in this. And here also, that is what Rama is saying. So the clarity is very much the same when it comes to either Bhagavad Gita, Srinama Gita. See, these people, whether we believe in divinity, in their divinity or not, the wisdom is so much that we cannot deny it. So there is a very clarity. Even we call Yoga Yogeshwara Krishna, but he never calls himself that. That because over there anyway it is Bhagavan Vacha, so he himself has proclaimed that I am what the state that you are asking for. He is not trying to reach any state. He is the state that we are all seeking. That Kaivalya, when we define Kaivalya as reaching the Lord's feet, or however we want to put it, that is that state. That Satchidananda is not knowing that he is it, that state. So here Evam sada abhyasta samadhi yoginah. Those are the yogis. The contemplation here has been it's a very loosely translated word. Samadhi, the one who practices the state of samadhi continuously, that person is a yogi, and that person he will experience Sarvendriya Gochara, what the world as we see it, it is expressed through our sense organs. Imagine that we cannot see. Imagine we cannot hear. Imagine we cannot feel touch. Imagine we cannot smell. Imagine we cannot taste. Then there is no world. This world cannot be experienced without the help of sense organs. So the first thing, even when Sankhya, when we do, we understand simply that first the Panchabhutas came about, Tanmatras came about, then to understand that Tanmatra, our sense organs, Indriyas came about. So which practically means that this whole world is Indriya Gochara. We cannot experience this world without the help of Indriyas. But there is the sixth Indriya. Sixth Indriya, some people say Manas, and much more complicated than that. Yes, but our Shastras have taken Manaha to be the sixth Indriya. But experiencing this world beyond the five sense organs, that is through the sixth sense, is where we experience this world as waves or particle or stuff like that. Here we are seeing it in Gunatmaka, there it is Nirgunatmaka. So to experience it, you need the sixth sense. So Nivritta Sarvendriya Gocharasyahi, a person who indulges in regular practice of the state of Samadhi, who will be called a yogi, and that person, he is going to withdraw from experiencing the world in terms of sensory perceptions. Sarvendriya Gocharasyahi Nivritta. Nivritta is to withdraw. He will stop experiencing the world in the Indriya expressions form. So then what happens? Vinirjita. Vinirjita is one who has conquered. Vinirjita Ashesha Ripoho. Ashesha Ripoho. So Ashesha Ripoho. Shesha is something that is partial, left out. Ashesha is complete. Ripu is enemy. Ashesha Ripoho means a complete enemy, a true enemy, pure enemy. It's a very complicated sense to understand. Who is a true enemy? Who is a complete enemy? That person is not somebody you hate. That person is not somebody you despise. That is our Arishat Vargas, a true enemy. So, who is your true enemy? It is our Arishat Vargas. So, so that one, Ashesha Ripoho, the inner enemies. Nirjita Ashesha Ripoham. Aham, so that person, he will win over his true enemies. Always, Sada. Sada, that who we are talking about, the person who has practiced the state of Samadhi, who is a yogi, that person will win over his true enemies always. He will always triumph over his true enemies. Drishyo bhaveyam. Drishyo bhaveyam. The drishya is something that is born out of a sensory perception. Drishya, available for experience, he is. Okay. Bhaveyam. Jita Shadgunatmanaha. He who has conquered the six urges of the body. Jita Shadgunatmanaha. We are talking in totality also, and the Arishad Vargas also. So because Arishad Vargas make the body physical, this thing, it is Swabhavika, natural for the body to give rise to these Arishad Vargas. So Ragadveshadi, whatever it may be. So the six Arishad Vargas that we will be able to see. Vinirjita, Ashesha, ripoho aham sada drishya bhaveyam. He has lifted himself from the six main urges of the body, and to him, aham, here we are talking about Brahman, or here the popular, the beautiful transition that has happened is from giving the Atma Bodha. Now Rama has practiced it to an extent where he has started seeing aham. We had talked about this transition in literature. It's a gradual transition where Rama is not just preaching, he is also practicing. That is when we talked about Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, he has done that. Then when we talked about the Bhagatyaga Lakshana, Neti Neti, and then the other concept, very recently we looked at Omkara Japa. So now, while giving that Atma Bodha, he is also practicing it and has attained it. So he is not just giving us a manual, he is giving us an example and proof. So that gradual transition from, okay, this is what they said, to this is what I'm saying, is his, it's the indication in the poetic language that he has practiced it and he has also attained that stage. And now he is saying vinirjita ashesha ripoho aham sada drishyaha. I will be seen to that person who has won over his true enemy. So I have won over. I mean, I will be seen to him, to that person who has won over his true enemy, which is the his inner enemies, which is the Shadgunatmaka. What is born out of that Shadgunatmaka, or what is the end result of what is born out of the Sharira. So I will be seen to him. So this is what Rama is saying. So this is the Bhāvārtha for this shloka. Asked. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः प्रतिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहीषा गोब्राह्मणेभ्यो शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि।